Welcome to 8 West. It is Friday. We are kicking off a holiday weekend, and let's just say, Rachel, already starting our holiday weekend, so we've got the services of Matt Kirkwood here. You get 2 for the price of 1 when it comes to Storm Team 8.
So we know who has the pull on 8 West. Now, Rachel gets Friday off, an extended weekend. You get to work the weekend.
That's right, right through the weekend. Yeah, I don't have a day off till July 9th, so I'll be with you all weekend long.
Lucky us. Lucky me. I'm sitting in the seat, and I was just telling you earlier, I don't think I've been here filling in since there was snow on the ground. That tells you how long. So cut me some slack. I got to, scrape the rust off a little bit.
Yeah, and and excuse us if we seem a little distracted by the weather, because we are looking at a pretty active morning out there, kicking off the weekend with the heat and the humidity building in. Storm started up yesterday afternoon, and they'll kind of continue on and off at least for the next couple of days.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe Austin in Muskegon Summer Celebration, which kicked off yesterday, and you can just imagine the apprehension and the anxiety. And I had to give him a call because I told him, anytime I see something heading his way, I was going to have to give him a call, give him a little forewarning, and he's like, "This is not the way I wanted to start it, Matt."
Exactly. We've been out there so many years when they've actually just had picture-perfect weather day after day after day, and so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Not just, of course, with summer celebration, so many other things going on, and we know that there are a lot of people who'll be heading to Lake Michigan this holiday weekend as well. Water temps are finally starting to warm up a little bit, and so we want to remind you today the rip current risk is moderate, especially on those beaches that are south of the southern-facing piers and breakwaters. And it's been an interesting refocusing of our attention on Lake Michigan conditions, just in a really big effort here at the entire station to try to keep everybody safe this summer season.
Yeah, the Safe Water campaign, very important. We're going to do a little segment on that Monday as well.
That's right. We have a special series of reports that we put together. We showed it to you already, and we're going to have an encore performance of that here Monday on 8 West. So that'll be the Safe Water Watching Out for You special report coming up Monday at 11 o'clock.
I think Laura Velasquez, didn't she do a special segment, jumping in the water? I'm not... I think it might be spilling too much.
Don't spill too much about it. The nice thing about it is this time of the year, we kind of racked our brains. But you said the last time you filled in on 8 West, there was snow on the ground. I remember sitting in planning meetings back in December, January, February. We started to talk about, how dangerous West Michigan waterways can be, and the commitment that we could have to provide that extra information. And so one of the great services we have this year is a special feature. If you register your text message, your cell phone number with us, we send out text messages anytime there's a risk of rip currents on the lake.
Every day, you don't have to worry about it. Just, there it is.
There it is. Anytime there's an elevated risk of rip currents. If you haven't done that yet, head to woodtv.com to the Safe Water section and register your information with us. We'll be happy to, if you're camping at Holland, Grand Haven, Ludington, we'll find you. We'll connect to you, even if you're kind of away from civilization.
Yeah, fantastic. Sign up.
I know you had a really special adventure. Well, okay, let's just say...
This one's kind of tough to set up, but go ahead.
Matt Kirkwood had the opportunity of a lifetime presented to him earlier this week, and it's kind of one of those where you promise, maybe you promise your son a special toy for Christmas, and then he's waiting on Christmas morning for the toy, and then instead he gets something else.
A lump of coal.
A lump of coal. So tell everybody what your adventure was.
Well, I've done so many cool segments for 8 West. Drag racing cars, rappelling off of buildings, luge runs, and all this. This was going to be one of the ultimate ones. This was flying with one of the Blue Angel pilots, and I went down to Battle Creek for the Field of Flight, which they are just going to have an amazing air show from the 1st through the 4th. The Blue Angels are there, and also they're going to have an F-15 Eagle doing some demonstrations. The balloons are flying, fireworks, you name it. It's going to be a fantastic show. So I went down there on Tuesday, and I was supposed to fly with one of the pilots down there. I mean, come on, how many people get to fly in an F-18?
Right, pretty amazing.
Many. Okay, that's pretty amazing. So, just knowing it's the fastest thing in the whole state of Michigan at that time, I was going to get to fly in that, but some problems kind of arose, and I was, instead of the primary flight person for the media, I became the backup, secondary, so it felt like someone kind of gave me the punch in the gut. And I wanted to cry. You want to see a grown man cry? It was
that would have been Matt Kirkwood.
But here's my consolation. I don't want to go into details of how that happened or why it happened, but
send me a message. I'll be glad to fill everybody in.
You already know. You had to listen to it all Wednesday morning.
Sometimes little hiccups happen.
Now, the consolation for me, though, I get to fly in the C-130, which is a huge support aircraft, which, by the way, is also what they use as hurricane hunters
Fantastic.
And they're going to send me up in that on Sunday. And there's no way I'm going to miss this air show. It's fantastic. And they're going to send me up in that. And they do actually some pretty cool aerobatics, and they take off like straight up in the runway. Obviously not as cool as an F-18 Hornet, but I'm still looking forward to that. And since I was the first alternate, the next time they come around, I have top dibs. So
how about that? Very good.
Don't forget it, Mommy.
Exactly. Well, you know, and I always say that those air shows, nothing will make you feel more patriotic than when you are in the presence of our men and women, because it truly is remarkable, just the achievement and the sophistication and the talent and the courage of these pilots who've dedicated their lives to flying those missions that keep all of us safe. So they're wonderful ambassadors for our country.
Absolutely.
So, next time around, Matt, okay?
Thanks.
Okay. Well, I had a great opportunity this week. You know, I'm sort of like almost like an empty nester. My son Jake was in Israel for this winter semester. He's back home. My daughter Jacqueline is in Spain. She comes home tomorrow night. I really miss her. She's been gone for a couple of weeks. My daughter Jen was at Michigan State University at basketball camp this week. So
basketball, no way.
I know. Can you believe it? So went to the Breslin Center to pick her up yesterday, and as part of the kind of the last hour of the camp, they had all of the campers who do contests all week long. You know, layups, free throws, three-point shots. Well, they had the finals going on of this drill called speed layups, and there's Jen in the orange shirt there. It was how many layups you could do. She was pitted head-to-head against another girl. How many layups could you make in a minute? And so they have the two members of the team there. One, she has to run around at the free throw line, and then she has to just make as many layups as she can in 1 minute. I mean, you talk about how much energy you have to stop yourself, make them left-handed, make them right-handed. You have to have the right form.
She's running so fast, I'm having a hard time focusing on her. I think she's wearing orange.
Wearing orange, I know. How about that? You know, she's at a board. She's got to stand out, right? So here it is. The finals come out at the very end. Coach Susie Merchant, you know, she's an amazing coach. She presented the winners, and Jen ended up winning the speed layup contest, which was really wonderful.
I don't think I've seen her miss more than one or two.
Yeah, I think she missed 2 or 3 the whole time. Anyway, so she got this great shirt, which I thought was really cool, although she wears a small, and so this is kind of a little bit big for her. So the Michigan State women's basketball, and then
that's so cool.
She gets the speed layup champ.
That's too cool.
Isn't that awesome?
That's incredible.
So anyway, at the end of camp, then she had a chance to take a picture with Michigan State head coach Susie Merchant. And the interesting thing about Coach Merchant is she's not very tall either. You know. So anyway, so Jen had a really special connection there. So it was a wonderful time for us. And
well, she does that in your backyard about every day. For hours, so
exactly. So I think I'm going to have to turn my backyard into one of those sport court toppers, just so she can practice in the backyard.
Now, was this the first time she's been in the Breslin for basketball? Or?
No, we've been to a couple of basketball games there. We saw the Michigan State women play back in February. It was the first ever sellout in Michigan State women basketball history. So we went to that game. She had been there, and you know, when my daughter Jacqueline was looking at which colleges she was going to, we had an opportunity to visit when she was being recruited by the I
was just wondering, what
team.
was her reaction when she entered the Breslin Center? But she'd already
been in there, but she's a big Michigan fan, and so it was some of her other girlfriends from her AAU basketball team wanted to go to Michigan State's camp because it's just such an amazing camp. And so on the way home I said, so what do you think, Jen? When they say go green, what do you say? And she said, you're supposed to say go white, right? She says, I say go blue. So, oh well, she's got a lot of years left before she makes her college decision. But anyway, it's a great camp, a lot of fun. You have those years to look forward to. How old are your twins?
Almost 6. Almost 6.
Wow.
So yeah.
So,
and my son just learned how to ride a 2-wheeler. Which is fantastic, and you ought to see his legs. I mean, he's got scars on top of scars, scabs everywhere, and I don't think I've seen him cry yet when he's fallen off. He's just so happy to be on a bike, so that's really cool. And plus, we're going on a big camping vacation coming up. That was the goal, to get him to ride a 2-wheeler. I think that's pretty good, 5 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, obviously he gets this coordination from his mother.